Welcome to the very first ever RB Scout film review. My name is Adam Spinks. I am at the RB Scout on Twitter. And today we're going to look at the draft Twitter darling known as Joe Mixon. Of the 31 attempts versus Texas Tech, this is definitely my favorite. There's two opportunities here for Mixon to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The first is on the zone read where the defensive end comes free. And the second is where the center passes to the second level, leaving the defensive tackle free on Mixon. Take a look at his footwork as he goes from a jump cut, gaining quite a bit of yardage, into a base position with his head up looking at the defenders, to a squat position with his rear directly over his heels where he can turn both ways. He transitions to the right, lowers his shoulders to maintain balance and prepare for impact, and then powers through for a couple extra yards. The comparison I see used most often for Joe Mixon is Le'Veon Bell, and this is a good representation of why people are coming to that conclusion. It's a zone read. He's going to the outside. He could have gone left, but he uses his patience like Bell does. And what I really like is how he keeps his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage for a long time, which allows him to set his plant foot a lot easier and get to this transition where he actually goes through the hole. What I don't like is that he doesn't play nearly as big as what you would think for a big guy. I would expect him to be blowing through these linebackers, but a lot of film that I've seen, he's going down after 2 yards after the contact. I really wish that wasn't the case. Let's take a look at another play where Mixon goes down a little too easy to contact. OU blocks his play very well, and at this transition, we've reached the second level, and I'm thinking this is going to be a very long run. However, to my surprise, a defensive lineman that's on the ground has nothing but the jersey of Mixon, and that's enough to bring him down. This play versus TCU shows off his creativity and vision. The defensive end's a little too far inside for his liking. He's not entirely sure if Flowers is going to pick up the block. He does, but he's already left and he's avoiding contact. And now we're going to see some creativity versus this linebacker. It's almost like he can see his feet are off balance, which allows him to come up with a quick decision to jump cut back to the left and pick up some more yards. In this bowl game versus Auburn, it really shows his ability to read and react in a very timely manner. The play side guard and tackle will double a 3 technique, leaving a B gap open. However, the linebacker feels very well, and Mixon knows this is not a winning battle. He'll follow his pulling center to the outside, instead of doing what most running backs would do, which is kick it all the way to the sidelines, which is a losing battle in the pros. He sees 58 has inside leverage on the defender and cuts the ball upfield. This turns what could have been a play behind the line of scrimmage into a 20-yard gain. While I may be down on Mixon's ability to win with the power game, his use of agility and acceleration, along with speed, is exceptional. He uses the spin move with ease. Not only does he commit to the spin well before he reaches the blocker, but he also spins the right direction into space. This is a great example of the very first day of practice coming to life in a game. It's called the bag drill. As the running back, you jump over the bags while keeping your feet square without crossing over. And that allows you to find the point where you can attack the defense, and Mixon does just that. For those that remember the cartoon Popeye, I like to think of Joe Mixon in the passing game as him eating his spinach. He turns into a completely different player. You just saw an out route. You're going to see a deep cross on this play. And I really want you to see the separation he can put on defenders in the passing game. It's good not just for a running back. It's good for any type of player. Here he is on a stutter go, and look how bad he beats the DB. Here's a wheel that you've probably seen plenty of times with the one-handed catch, but once again, how easy it is for him. And this is a version of a Texas route. Some people might call it an angle. And then to complement that, he runs a Texas angle, or what we call a squirrel route, and you can see how bad he leaves 38. The swing, which he'll get plenty of work on in the next level. I would expect him to use the flat quite often as well. And watch how much speed he has to turn the corner. And then finally, a pretty ridiculous out and up where he comes back on the ball very well. As I started this process, I was a bit of a skeptic on Mixon's talents. Mostly due to he didn't check a lot of the boxes I like to see. He was never the alpha dog. He was the 2 or at best a 1B to P Ryan. He only had 20 carries 2 times in his entire career. But the thing is the more you watch his film, the more you see his skill set and the things that he's good at. And the things that he's good at, he's very, very good at. I think the shortcomings he has, he's a bit too hesitant. He's trying to make the big play too often, and he doesn't run with enough power. But the kid's 20 years old, and I think he has a lot of room to grow in those areas. So I would definitely be a fan of his on draft night. I hope you enjoyed the film review. Hopefully you can get something out of it, and you can make your own decision. I'm not big on preaching rankings, but I just want to be able to give you something that you can use to make your own decisions. If you would like to see more of our content, you can find us at rbscout.com and on Twitter at the rbscout.